Welcome to Art Chats con la Mitotera. I'm your host, Mel Dominguez. Today we have a very special guest. Her name is Beth Livas, also known as Beth. Hey, hi Beth.
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh my God, I'm so good. It's so nice to see you.
You too. I'm so excited.
Your hair looks different. What'd you do?
Thanks. Notch and I actually dyed our hair.
Oh,
Did
that's so cool.
you?
I
We did a
love it.
good job. It didn't fall off.
That is so cool. I love you. You look like a piece of art right now to me because you're so colorful.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
so for the audience out there, Beth, tell us where you're from.
Well, I'm Tucson native. I'm from here, from Tucson. Let's see. I don't know. Well, I grew up on the south side, kind of by Los Reales, if anybody is familiar with that area. I lived there till I was 9 years old. And once I turned nine, my parents decided that I had way too much animals at the time to be living in the little space that we were living at, and I needed to expand into a larger space. So we came out here into the southwest side of town, kind of towards 3 Points, and we've lived out here ever since. I was 9 years old. Yeah.
That's so cool. I mean, I can only imagine because the sunsets every day it's different. So you get them over there on the west end like that.
Unbelievable. Oh my God. I
So
haven't.
you had horses?
No, I always wanted horses, actually. I was in the process of it. I I even was taking horse lessons, horse riding lessons, because I used to be in 4-H. So I had a lot of animals. I had pygmy goats, about six of them at one point. I raised chickens. I raised guinea pigs and bunnies, rabbits. So I had a lot, and we were living in this little trailer park in Los Reales. I had about over 50 guinea pigs in my parents' poor bathroom, and so it was just my future with my animals was expanding, so we had to expand also.
Right? That's really cool though, because you know what? All the little animals, it's very interesting. All the different spirits they have, like their little personalities and things, and to share the space with them is very nice. You
Yes,
know,
and they're our cousins at one point. He trusted us enough to talk to us, I believe.
so you know what? You do a lot of different things. You're an artist. Like I've seen that you've been creating like a coloring book, and I've seen you putting like these different patterns together. When did you start this coloring book?
Um, well, to be honest, I had just when I first started art, I didn't really know how to incorporate color with a lot of my art pieces. And so everything that I started off with was just black and white. And once all of the pandemic happened, I decided that I should do something that can help people. I have a lot of just black and white art that would look beautiful if anybody wanted to color it, because for some reason I'm not the best. I'm getting there, and I'm like exploring with my colors as much now as I can. But when I first started, I think I was still too intimidated to venture off into that field. So I decided to put together some of my old pieces that I had. So I have one right here. They were just old prints or old pieces that I did. And I just take for prints and just staple them together and make them accessible to the community.
That is so cool. So on your Instagram page, Vision, are you selling that on there on your Instagram?
Well, so if these are not for sale, they're all donation based. So whoever wants one, please reach out to me. I'm happy to mail you one, drop one off on your step. I mailed 70 off to students in Oakland, which was super a huge blessing to me to be able to do that and to be able to just have so many people view my art is it's exciting, and as happy to that.
No, well, hell yeah. I mean, the way that you're thinking of the community,
Yes.
like that's so cool. You're thinking about their mental health, And you know what? That's so funny because it goes across the board. It doesn't matter where you work. It's all about taking care of your mental health and that escapism. So you doing that is huge. Thank you. Oh my God. I know I'm starting to be blown away by all of you, man. This is dope.
Thank you. Yeah, these are healing pieces of art for sure. They've helped me come out of very dark places, and it's a blessing to be able to share with other people that same medicine.
No, that's really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, almost like it's in movement. I have a couple sneak peeks of the new coloring book.
Oh.
Here's that one.
Do you name them?
What's up?
Do you give them names?
I don't actually. I should. This one I really love too.
Oh my gosh. I know a lot of people who would love to really color that up. They could even, wow, you just made me think of some stuff. That's so cool.
Yes, it's motivating. And honestly, seeing everybody else and seeing all my artist friends create it motivates me to just get out there. And I was in the hugest funk of my life for quite a while. And just seeing everybody's creations helped me want to create something also, and remember the medicine that it once brought me. And so, yeah.
That's the human experience, right?
Exactly. This one was a huge challenge for me.
No, that's really dope.
It's hella fun, and it just helps me. I escape almost whatever I'm feeling, wherever I'm going through it. It satisfies my soul to just pick up that pen and that paper, and I'm driven to just feel the whole page, So
What inspires you?
So my biggest inspiration, which you see in a lot of my art pieces, is the desert. Because I grew up with two older brothers. They were amazing, don't get me wrong, but they were a lot older than me, so I had to kind of fend for myself and like entertaining myself. So I spent a lot of time in the desert in my backyard with the cactus, and I used to I used to make up little games and play like cooking show, and I would collect fruit from the cactuses. Huge connection with the desert and with the cactuses, as I feel as they're part of me almost. There's some cactuses out here that I grew up with. They were small in my knees when I first moved out here, and now they're growing above me. So
yeah, it's always a big question. You're like, how did that grow? We don't water that plant. So people out there on Instagram and YouTube, Beth actually does something else. She's talented in doing braids.
Yes.
How did that become part of your entrepreneurial thing? Like, how did you start doing that?
I don't know. I just love doing things that fulfill my soul, and I love sharing things with people. Ever since I was little, like sharing experiences or teaching people what I knew, it comes natural to me, to be honest with you. Going back to when I was in 4-H, like I used to have to help teach people how to raise and do the knowledge that I knew with my animals. So I always carry that along with every little life experience that I have. And braiding is one of them. My mom braided my hair ever since I was little. I had long, thick hair all the way to my butt, and not only her, but my babysitter at the time, they had to contain my hair some way, so braids were always the go-to. As I was getting older, I kept asking my mom. I think I was probably like in my teens, 15, 16, and I asked my mom one day to braid my hair, and she was like, "You're gonna have to learn how to do it yourself, girl, because I can't do it time." So I told I would lay in bed and I would just braid my hair. Laying in bed was the easiest time for me to do it because my arms wouldn't be so tired. I would just be laying there, and and if I mess up, who's gonna see it? Nobody. So
No, that's so cool because you know, when we did the mercadito and I saw you setting up and I was like, oh my God, like what's going to happen right now? But I started to see people come in and get their braids done. And it was just like, there was like an aura that was built around that space all of a sudden. Like it started, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh wow, this felt so much, I felt like community, like immediately. So that was amazing for me. But there was people in the store that knew you already.
Yeah, there's a few people that I know around town that I also braid hair for. So they came and they got their hair braided up, and some people that I just met that day, which was amazing. And I'm so sad all this is happening because I just so badly want to hang out with everyone.
Right? I miss it too. Like it just felt so good, and all the people coming in, and the fact that that's a piece of culture, you
Yes.
know, and that it's important to the culture, and the fact that it was in that neighborhood and it was happening right there, and then the vibe, the whole aura stuff, like it was just good vibes all the way out. So you made it a great space for us during that moment. I was like, damn, dude. But when did all this start? Like when did you start doing all this?
Um, I guess it's always been a part of me. I just have always been around artists and just doodles all my life. I think once I finally began to make it my passion, or when I realized it was my passion, um, I was probably in my 20s, I would say. That's when I started creating pieces for my healing process. It wasn't so much to show other people or to, um, I don't know. I definitely did show some of my pieces at the time, but a lot of it was just to get through what I was going through. And then once I went through that stage of my life, I kind of went through this rebirth, if you must say, where I went through that 5 year funk where I couldn't create anything, and I was confused with myself because I knew for so many years that this art was medicine to me. It was helping me. I was driven to finish every piece I made, but then at this point of my life, I couldn't even pick up a pencil without getting anxiety. It was hard until I finally realized maybe I have a different purpose. Like we talked earlier about, I had a different value in the art that I was not so much that I needed it to fill in the spaces maybe that I was missing or to heal me in any way because maybe I've already been healed. So I had to just think of it in a different aspect and just start creating. So I think that's when more color came out. I stopped doing black and white. I started incorporating more color, practicing with my color wheel, and just venturing off, with more brighter ideas, happier ideas.
Yeah, I'm like that happens. That happens to a lot of us, especially when this whole quarantine started. It was like, oh my God, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. And like, postpone, but it's strange, you know what I mean? Like where do you pick back up? Like
Yeah.
what do you like what have you been working during quarantine? Like are you an essential worker?
I haven't worked. So the first 2 months of the beginning of the pandemic, when it got really bad, I worked for Starbucks, and they told us, our store in particularly, they closed down and they let us take off the time that we needed. If we wanted to work, we were able to pick up at other stores, but generally, if you wanted to stay home, you could. And so I chose to stay home and take care of myself and stay healthy. I started working out. Often do, and I'm not a big fan of, but
Me too.
oh, I do, and I'm doing it, and I feel great doing it. So it's rewarding in itself. I have picked up a lot more commission jobs, so that's really awesome, and it's inspiring too because people like my stuff.
I noticed that you're painting flower pots as well.
Yes, that's been my project. It's so fun.
That's sweet. How much do you sell those little pots for?
Well, I made little mini pots, which I've already gotten rid of. They have a home now.
Yeah.
I've decided to just leave it up to the customer. I request for you to at least have the pot, and then I'll paint something on the pot. So if you provide the pot, I'll paint it for you, and then charge you for the artwork that I created on.
What would be more of a price range that you would have?
So for example, I posted a couple weeks, or maybe last week, a pot that I had. It was about maybe this big. And they provided the pot for me, and then I charged her $25 just for the artwork.
And I think this is super cool because I mean, like I'm being serious. Like the whole the culture behind you being a creative person, both with your illustrations and stuff, but with the whole braiding. Like I don't know if you know how much that means to me. Because so wait a minute, I have a question for you. Just because I mean, it's almost like survival mode, all of us, you know, and you're doing your thing to survive, and you're having fun at the same time, which is good. But as you're moving forward, moving past this, what is your strategy as an artist right now? Like, what's your next project, and what do you think we should do, or how should we get going?
As far as a strategy that I would give advice to, that I'm still learning, I think, with myself, is time my projects for sure. Now that I have quite a few on my plate, I've realized how important it is to manage your time the right way, because time
You're so
flies
responsible.
so fast. It's taken me a lot of years. But
Me too.
I appreciate that. So that's my biggest one. Also, never giving up. Just always believing in yourself, or if you're struggling on finding yourself, don't give up. Keep searching, because your true beauty is out there, and you just don't want to give up on it, because it's waiting to come out. So
Right? Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. If you had if you had this a certain amount of money that you needed to make your dreams come true, whether it be business or your life scale, how much money would you need, and what would you do with it? I'm talking about like open a business, home, whatever you're imagining.
I don't even know, because I'm terrible with money and prices, to be honest. I would love to do. I just don't know how much money it would cost me. Probably $1 million.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a center, to be honest. Somewhere where everybody is welcome. You don't have to be just a youth. You can be of all ages. I've always wanted to just have something like that. That everybody, there's tons of different projects like hip hop, and there's b-boy, yoga, art. You know.
I wrote down here that you're also making stickers.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of stickers still left over. I haven't made any new ones. I have a few here. Actually, I'll show you. I have this one. It's a holographic sticker.
That's dope.
But I'll show you. So this is a print of what the sticker is.
Oh, that's dope. And trippy.
Yeah.
I love it. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. And then I have this cool guy. Also another holographic one.
So if people contact you directly, they can buy a sticker pack or something?
Yeah, absolutely. You just hit me up in my DMs. Just follow my art page, vsi.ons.
Yeah. That is so cool. Oh, do you have any other stickers there with you?
I have this one.
Oh, that's cool.
This one was really fun. A really fun art piece that I created. I don't know if you see it, but somebody once pointed out that it looks like a uterus.
Oh.
And I love that, because I mean, I'm a female, and that's not what I was going for, but
now that you say it, I'm like, oh yeah. That's so crazy. That's cool though. That is very cool.
Thank you. I think I might have some other ones with me. Oh yeah, this is a really neat one.
Oh, that's cool.
It's another holographic one.
That is trippy. For everybody's water bottle to personalize them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a little buffalo
Oh, how much are these stickers?
coyote button. So if you get a coloring book, I'm just giving them away with the coloring book.
You can't. Oh my god.
Guys, I have lots of them. But if you do want a sticker pack, I have sticker packs for $10, and I'll show you.
Cool.
They look like this.
Oh my god, how cute. That is so cool.
Button too.
That's cute.
Here's a better picture of what's on the button.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know if you can see it.
It's kind of blurry, but I'm getting old, so I don't know anymore myself. I think I need to go get glasses, eh? I'm like, I can't see it anymore.
Get them. They'll change your life. I went so long without glasses.
For real? I'd rather wear binoculars, like always on my face.
Those will be tight, like steampunk style.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Wild Wild West.
Hey, so out of all this whole stuff, what do you miss the most?
I definitely miss gathering with friends, honestly, and family. I haven't seen my family in a long time.
You know what we didn't touch base on? You're indigenous?
Yes, I'm.
Oh wow.
My family is from Tucson, Arizona. It's really hard to say. I've been trying to pick my parents and my grandparents' heads with, where we come from. But as far as I know, our family comes from straight from Tucson, generations off on. It's pretty amazing. So my father is Yaqui and Mexican. My mother is also Yaqui and Mexican. I know that my great grandfather and great grandmother on my mother's side are from Imuris, so definitely Yaquis.
Yeah.
Completely Yaqui.
So does all of that, does it affect, I mean, that's how you get the inspiration for your art pieces?
I've been very inspired by my art. It's crazy to say. I didn't really completely know that I was Native American until I was about 18 years old. My parents, I don't know why, they definitely steered away from teaching us any teachings. I don't think they were really brought up learning about their culture enough to teach us about our culture. So a lot of what I've learned and a lot of who I am, I picked up on my own. I learned from the people and the elders that I've met in my past on my own journeys, aside from my family, which I hold no resentment towards my parents at all. They're actually learning and accepting themselves, being Yaquis themselves, and that is a big inspiration, and I feel like I have something to do with it. I think, but yeah. So it wasn't until then that I realized I was Native American, and I just wanted to know everything about me. I wanted to know everything about my culture and the people that are about my ancestors. I wanted to know. And so I had to learn by myself, and I'm still learning a lot.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, it's amazing to have that connection,
Mm-hmm.
to be, it's even more amazing the things you find out. You're like, nobody ever told me this.
Yes, it's in
Or
our blood. Whether whether I know it or not, like my braiding comes from something. It comes from DNA. Like my mom, it came natural to my mom, and it came natural to me. Like it's a part of our culture. It's a part of our DNA, and I didn't need to really be told that. I already knew it, but I think really having that being said to you, and then wanting to take it upon yourself to know everything that you possibly can to know yourself.
That's why I put today on my culture eat strategy for lunch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
seriously, because there's depth. You know what I mean? There's depth in that. And you know what? For the fans out there listening right now, your family, they're all artists. Your tata draws. You just found that out.
Yeah, I just found out on Mother's Day that my mother's father is also an artist. Which I don't know why it took me this long to find out, but that's amazing. My brother's a tattoo artist. My older brother, he's also an amazing artist. He paints rocks occasionally, like pretty tight ass rocks.
Oh wow.
He does, like, he used to do the Tucson Hide Your Rocks little activity, and other people in the rocks and stuff. But he got pretty big at that. That was awesome. My dad, he makes piñatas. His mom used to make all of our piñatas, so that is really awesome.
That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. See, that's what I think that's what I love the most about the arts is the stories behind it. You know what I mean? That's why these interviews are important. Because if somebody missed a mercadito or an event where you were there, they didn't ever get to meet you or have time to talk to you. So with these interviews, they get to hear this story, which makes it it gives it so much depth. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you made time for us. Like, so I hope that you go out there and you think about all the things that we talked about just now. Because I'm super serious. I'm like, you have culture there. There's like you could be writing a book with just a little bit of information you gave me.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's always been something in my mind. I probably will have a book one of these days.
Yeah, or so. I mean, I don't even know if that's the thing that people already do. But if it was like stories that you've written about your life and it goes into a little library, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's this particular sticker. Melissa was wondering if you still carry this.
I can make some more of that one.
Ah.
I don't have any right now. That was a very popular one.
Do you know what's the story behind that piece?
That piece, I think I was 21 when I created that piece. So it's a little personal. Not a lot of people know this, but I was pregnant at one point in my life, and I had a miscarriage. And during that time, it was a really rough time because I never thought that I could have a kid, and then I finally was blessed with this blessing, and then it for some reason was taken away. So it was a lot of confusion of why this went through, and just I think the company and the people I was around at the time, no support that I got was even more overwhelming. So again, I went into my solution, or I guess I just went into my healing process where I would draw, and that was something that came out. I think I just was leaning a lot towards my faith and leaning a lot towards the Great Spirit, and also the experience I just had gone through, and so that was kind of the background behind that.
Man, well, thank you for sharing that because that's super deep. But even that is a small coloring book because no kidding, like people want to talk so much now because a lot of times, even like when like grieving and stuff, they go into like a solace or like a lonely place, and it never gets healed appropriately. And a lot of women deal with that issue by themselves as well. So,
exactly. And
so
I had
you,
that for very many years, so it feels good to
wow.
share that with people.
Well, I mean,
Right.
thank you for doing that because that's huge. Oh, we have a question from Fonz. What's the future of Beth? Where do you see yourself and your art journey?
Um, I there's so many different paths that I see myself going through. It's really rough. I think helping people with therapy through art is definitely something in my future. I have to take care of myself before I can do that, of course, because I would love to be 100% and with no mental issues myself, but
Yeah,
we're not sick. So I think in my future I would love and love to just help people with their own issues, with their own life issues or pains, to just find art as their therapy because it saved my life. It definitely did.
that's good. That's good, and it's huge. You know, there's actually a place here in town that I would totally when you're ready. It's called oh Lord, People Action. No, People Service Action. My bad.
Service action. I'm gonna write
And
that
it's
down.
on Sixth and Sixth, and it's art therapy. No, but de veras, it's important and what you're doing, what you're creating for people. Oh my Lord, I you let me know when you're ready, when you're down. We could do something, even if that's what I'm saying. You could do a tutorial
Yes.
via this internet thing here. So, jeez, you just think about it, because I get excited because I'm like, oh my God, but it's when you're ready and whatever, you know.
Yes, I'll connect with you for sure when I'm ready. I did want to actually. I told the teacher that I sent the coloring books. I told him that I would love to make like a tutorial or just recording myself drawing one of my coloring book pages for the students, and I can explain what it is I'm drawing, what I'm using, just kind of talking through my piece as I'm doing my piece. So I
100%.
like
Do
that.
it.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Can you give us a little bit, like a little tour of your wall over there?
Oh yes, of course. Here, I'm gonna plug it in because it's dying.
Okay.
But I get so confused. Where am I? Okay. So this is okay. I just can you guys see it?
Oh yeah, we can see
Wait, I can flip it. I forgot I can do this. Sorry.
it.
There we go. That's better. This is a piece from Jed. I don't know if you guys anybody knows Jed, but this is a piece I bought. That's definitely how I felt during the beginning of pandemic.
Oh my Lord. That's dope though.
This is a cholo squinkly that I did. I used to have a cholo before and I miss him so much.
Um,
This is a coloring of that my niece did for me.
sweet.
I got this lucha mask in Mexico City when I
Oh,
went out there. It was so tight.
oh my God. And you have a snake belt. I'm like,
Yes, check out that snake belt. I have my Maria Sabina
hey,
poster.
I was gonna say, wait, that's my grandma.
And then I had this little beauty that I did.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Thank you. My ballerina slippers.
All right.
You guys ever had any of those ceramic ones?
Cool.
Yeah, that's
That's
my
cool.
little.
Oh man, that's dope. How do they find you again? It's Visions, but you
Yes,
spell it
VSI period ONS.
elemental P. I get crazy when that happens like that. I can't, man. I get like dyslexia or something in my brain. I forget it. It was so nice to talk to you, Beth. Thank you for making time for us. Tell Notch I said what's up.
I
You know,
will. I will.
and
He
and,
sent so
and
much love
please,
to you.
right? And you know what? Please think about all those strategies. I wish you the best of luck. I hope people contact you, and you let me know when you're ready about that PSA thing, because that would be really dope to have you there.
Heck yeah, I would love to be a part of that too. Thank you, Mel, for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You
Is it
too.
weekend
Be safe. Everybody be safe in your houses.
here?
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.